Hello, my name is Mother Goose, but you may call me Mother if that's a mouthful, and welcome to my channel. I'll be talking about Garten of BanBan-All in this video, and if you haven't seen the last episode, the link will be in the description, and also an info card will appear right up here. Please enjoy the video. So to recap on the last episode, you, the parent, are looking for your missing child at a kindergarten, and you somehow end up crashing down with an elevator to who knows where. The game starts with you clicking the clock to advance time. You, the parent, wake up in the dark room with Jumbo Josh laying underneath the elevator that crashed below. They exit the room to find a large open space called the hub. While there, we come across a letter which reads, "This is it. The things we've done have finally come back to bite us. Everyone's gone, and the whispers from the abyss just keep getting louder." I think I even saw a face or two looking up at me. We were told everything that gets thrown into the abyss dies, but it appears we were tricked. If you're reading this, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Worst.
If you're reading this, take my advice and leave. Everything here should be forgotten and erased from history. Next, the parent makes their way to the communications sector, where the parent is greeted with the message, "The spider is real," hinting at one of the antagonists in the game. Ooh, look behind you. The spider is coming, and it's real. Finally, we enter the reception area of the comms sector, where someone speaks to you through the intercom and explains that he needs help getting out of the security office, which has accidentally locked him in. The player makes their way to the maintenance room, which is being guarded by Nab Nab, a blue spider-like monster. Within the room lies a case study report. Case number 6, Genome, Human, Gavanium. Case study 2, update number 3, alias the Devil. Summary. Case 6 was introduced to its human genome donor, a doctor in the facility known as UA for short, today, and the results are not what was hoped for. Case 6 first treated UA like they did any stranger, with a civil greeting and a handshake. Case 6 up to this point has been referring to himself as UA. When the real UA finished explaining to Case 6 that they were the original genome donor, they attempted to explain some of the science behind Gavanian procedures. Mid-sentence, Case 6 became extremely agitated and attempted to attack UA before being subdued by the security. UA is getting treated for minor injuries. Case 6 is in solitary confinement. Since the revelation, Case 6 has refused to communicate with any and all employees, with the exception of Dr. WM, whom he had personally requested to speak to. The request has not been granted for WM's safety. Case study is not ready for presentation or testing. The parent manages to escape the room with a key guard and a tape to the security room, but not before Nab Nab knocks himself out, I think. Back at the reception area, when you play the tape, it shows BanBan lying in a fetal position. Also, you can find another case update report linking to the one found earlier that reads, Case number 6, Type 2, Genome, Human Gavanium, update number 2, alias the Devil. Summary. Communication with Case 6 has provided invaluable information that may explain why previous cases have solely failed, as well as improve the creation of future cases. Despite seemingly being incredibly intelligent, it does not appear to recognize itself as non-human. When addressed as non-human, Case 6 reacts with confusion. Reflections have also no effect, as Case 6 appears to see himself as the human genome donor. A meeting between Case 6 and the human genome donor has not yet been conducted. Case 6 describes a constant immense pain that is present in the entirety of its body. Despite the human genome donor of Case 6 being a doctor, the case has failed to give a description more detailed than the pain having to do with The blood flow. Case 6 has no blood in their systems, only givanium. Case is not ready for presentation. Finally, you make it to the security room, but it's empty. There's a note on the table though, and it reads, "Oof, it's BanBan!" A red monster with 2 party hats placed on its head. How fun! Anyway, explains why he hit you at the back of your head. Basically, he's robbing you of your keycards and your pancreas, and he doesn't like nab, it seems. After falling unconscious, you find yourself in the storage room of the medical center. Nearby, another case update report can be found. Case number 6, type 2, genome, human, givanium. Update number 1, alias, the devil. Summary. The procedure on case 6 has been a success. Case 6 is stable and performs tasks that are necessary for organic beings, such as eating and drinking, as predicted despite the lack of any biological necessity to do so. As previously observed on other cases with humans as the primary genome, case 6 recalls many memories and events belonging to the original genome donor as their own, excluding names of people, as well as keeping an identical level of intelligence. Case 6 is also capable of speech as fluent as the original genome donor. Unlike the previous cases with humans as the primary genome, case 6 is interestingly docile and cooperative, albeit very confused about the circumstances. Most previous cases displayed extremely hostile and nervous behavior towards staff and children alike, a behavior that has been attributed to new genetical modifications that were applied. Case is not ready for presentation. This case 6 behaves very human-y. He's a doctor too, and that's how he took my pancreas apparently. I wonder what case 6 looks like. You then use a lift to another section of the medical sector where you find a key card that allows you to exit to the hub again. There's a letter behind this cannon which reads, "I don't know what happened. One second they were as docile and peaceful as a kindergarten toddler, and the next they were ripping the place apart. I think the loud crash might have startled them. I didn't know they were that prone to their instincts. Myself and the rest of the survivors are currently cornered in the main hallway. We are running low on ammunition and energy to defend ourselves. At least this cannon prop they brought here the other day is finally being put to use. It's only a matter of time before we're left defenseless. And when we do, I hate to think about what those things will do to us. We're heading for the lower levels when we see an opening. Nobody's been down there in a while, and it should be a safer place to wait this out. If we make it." I must leave it at that because I'm getting yelled at for writing this and not helping. Save yourself and get out of here if you can. Who did the crash startle? By them, do they mean the Captain Fiddles lying around? This also explains why the cannon is there. And I can't turn back now. I need to find my child. To the lower levels we go then. Let's rewind for a second. In the lobby of the communication sector, you may have noticed a red door which requires a key card to open. And to get this key card, you have to fire a cannon at a button in the room that was occupied by the giant captain. And this will reveal the key card. Now, you need to go back to the lobby and open the red door that contains 3 notes. This is bad. This is very bad. I just revised the architecture behind the ball pit, and it's a miracle this thing hasn't yet collapsed. The thing can barely support the amount of children we have enrolled in the kindergarten. We're having double that tomorrow. Something really bad is going to happen, and we need to be as far away from here as humanly possible when it does. We've been on the bad side of the wrong people for a long time, and if we're still here when everything goes down, it will be the end of us both. If not at the hands of angry parents and at the hands of our superiors. Do not bring anyone's attention to this matter unless you wish us both a big and involuntary dive into the abyss. A place like this should not exist. The stuff we witness here should not exist. The casualties that will result from this catastrophe will only serve the greater good, which is shutting down the place once and for all. I'll have a plan ready for tomorrow. Now just pack your things. So Uthman was running away, if you remember the boarding pass. The ball pit fell and someone witnessed it. But who? And what's happening tomorrow? Note 2 reads, "Hey, I just heard the news and it upsets me just as much as it upsets you. But I do feel we can turn it back around if the 6 we proceed with turn out well. In fact, we have to turn it back around if we want our little secret down in the basement to stay a secret. Zolphius can only stay asleep if nobody goes to investigate. I think the ones we should drop are the spider, the frog, and the snail. The spider honestly gives me the creeps. And if it gives me the creeps, it's going to give the children the creeps. The frog's only purpose is be the police in town. But if there's no bad guy to catch, there is no need for police. I was torn between the green guy and the snail for the last one. I like the snail more, but I feel it won't be any hyperactive child's favorite, so let's drop that one. But hey, at least we were offered to have them drawn on the walls, to not let them be forgotten. Cheer up! Okay, so that's why Jumbo Josh was at the first level, and we have yet to meet the frog, Sheriff Toaster, and the snail, Slow Celine. The spider is Nab Nab, but who are the 6 referred to here? I was thinking Jumbo Josh's brothers, but there are 5 of them instead of 6. The third letter reads, "Dear Uthman, I am writing you to inform you that we have received and assessed your objection to our decision regarding limiting the number of cases to conduct tests on to 10 and from 10 to 6. We have collectively decided that we would not honor your request and stick with the initial decision, with the reason being that we simply cannot spare enough resources to make your lovely creations come to life. If this is how much it takes, this is especially the case considering what has already been wasted resources-wise, which very, very slow progress, especially after the misunderstanding with case 12 and its subcases, which cost us fortunes. We're talking one presentable case of 10 in months. The customers are getting upset because we are not delivering what was promised. And getting sued right now is not our best interest. As much as we want this to be case, Givanium does not grow on trees, and our friends down south can only get so much. We understand this is not the news you wanted to hear, but this is how it has to be. Use what you have left very carefully and see if you have more presentable cases before the upcoming Bring a Friend Day." Okay, so the 6 of the 10 are the 6 mentioned in the previous letter. Great. We need to find out who case 12 is and Bring a Friend Day. Is that the thing that needs to happen tomorrow? Is that why the kindergarten was at double capacity? Also, there are 2 information boards in this room, but I can't connect that to anything so far. When we exit the hub from the medical sector, we see this. It doesn't look like a frog or a snail, so I'm assuming this is Zolphius. The secret Uthman and WA are keeping away from everyone. And he's awake now. Lastly, from the hub, you enter the testing sector. At the front desk lies a case study report. Case number 10. Case type 2. Genomes. Phenocopterus roseus. Gavanium. Update number 2. Alias the bird. Summary. After the recent genetic modifications that were applied to case 10, significant behavioral changes have been observed. Aggression towards certain demographics completely replaced with protective and motherly behavior. Set demographics include individuals of small stature, high-pitched voices, and those with childlike attributes. Individuals that do not fall into the set demographics are still met with extreme aggression that can turn lethal due to the case's large size and possession of very sharp beak. Oddly set demographics are almost exclusively human, with the exception of Case 10A, Case 10B, Case 10C, Case 10D, Case 10E, and Case 10F. All organic organisms, birds included, both adult and young, are met with the same level of aggression as humans who do not possess child-related attributes. Case is not ready for presentation. So what I'm gathering, this is Opila bird. Yes, it is. BanBan saves you from Opila bird and leads you to a classroom. Okay, jeez. And BanBan is now looking for us. Escaping BanBan's classroom will land you in a play area with cases 10A, B, C, D, E, and F running around. You need to collect all the baby Opila birds and place them in their nest. Otherwise, their mom will be very mad. When you manage to get back out in the corridor, another character is unlocked. Slow Silly! Hey, you were too boring for the kids. You'll need to get away from her before she catches you, entering the infamous "Why is this here" room. We know now that the cannons are a line of defense, but why are they placed like this? Which makes you wonder, why make these monsters in the first place? In there, another case update report is found. Case number 1, type 1, subject Gavanium, update 2, symbol GV, summary. The case mentioned in the previous report has moved an arm, as if its artificial nervous system has worked for a split second. As predicted, GV seems to provide identical function to blood when combined with cases 3 and 6, or of type 5. Mammalian circulatory systems are ineffective. The case of type 2 from the previous report has had strange physical effect. Gavanium appears to expand in size when it is set to flow, and as a result, the case has grown a number of veins across its body and has grown significantly in size. Neither growth appears to have any kind of negative effect besides the risk of looking unpleasant to youths. We are going to proceed with adding more cases of type 5 into the case of type 2 from the previous report in pursuit of more lifelike behavior. Studies on GV continue to be performed. The QR code message is: there is no such thing as a perfect kindergarten. The monsters have no blood, but have Gavanium instead, and it seems to act exactly as blood would. Interesting. From there, you unlock a room, which again does not seem safe for kids to be playing in. A tape can be found on one of the platforms, which needs to be played at the TV in the lobby of the comms section. It reveals a figure being made out of clay and then being injected with something. I'm interpreting this as how the monsters are made, which is probably why they have a clay-looking appearance. While there, another note can be found. Dear Mommy, I am okay. Claire is okay. The nice jellyfish saved us from the big bird and the evil red man. We are going to the jellyfish's home. Evil red man? Evil? Red? The devil? BanBan is case 6? Also, I think my child is with Stinger Flynn now. I better get going. And another update report. Case number 10. Case type 2. Geno. Studio Camelus. Gavanium. Update number 4. Alias, the bird. It remains unknown why case 10 is aggressive towards all adults. Conditioning also remains as ineffective as it was in the first report. What has been discovered, however, is the reasoning behind the seemingly random instances where case 10's eyes become bloodshot, Bloodshot eyes have also been linked to unusually high levels of aggressiveness. The behavior has been concluded to be the direct result of case 10, witnessing or hearing the sufferings of cases 10A, B, C, D, E, F. Despite having an abnormal color scheme and any and all individuals possessing childlike attributes. Example of said childlike attributes have been described in the second update report. Case is not ready for presentation. The QR code there reads, "Do not trust the jellyfish." Hey, the jellyfish. Watch out with the jellyfish. After some extreme parkouring, we go into the winner's corner and ooh, we want a cake. I should have grabbed the other cake that was in the break room as well. I don't know why these doors are here. BanBan apologizes for hitting you over the head and says that he's only doing all of this to help you find your children. He mentions the abyss, which was also noted in the first letter found in the game. The abyss is where all things go to die apparently, but not really. He leaves you to the mercy of the other monsters that give chase to you. Eventually you find a lift. Oh, thanks Joshua. And you find a lift that takes you further down into the abyss. End of game. Woo! So to summarize, BanBan is the devil. He is part human, and that human is a doctor. And Uthman may be that doctor going off the initials UA. BanBan seems to be convinced that he is Uthman. I'm excited to see how that turns out. I just realized he's probably trying to be a human. He stole my pancreas. Also, I just remembered that the video of BanBan in an empty room all curled up is of him being put away after attacking Uthman. These creatures may be made out of clay and then are injected with Givanium. Givanium is a life-giving element with interesting effects, which are making a subject's body larger, makes the subject look very unsettling, it makes the subject have bulging veins, and may cause severe pain and aggressiveness. Lastly, according to the updates we found, there are two types of birds present, one being Opila bird and the other maybe a blue one, or I could only find one blue chick. Maybe we'll see its adult counterpart in the next episode. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like and share the video. Please also comment on your thoughts down below. I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a thing. This has been Mother Goose. I hope that you have a great day and thank you for watching.